This segment of CoastLife is sponsored by the Parker Group.
Well, since we are still in January, I think it's still appropriate to say new year, new you, and maybe for you that means a new career. And if you haven't considered the world of real estate yet, or maybe you have and you're just like, I don't know what all of that entails, well, don't worry. We've got Rachel and Dustin Parker with the Parker Group to tell you a little bit about what that does entail, including how many hours total does it take to really become a real estate agent.
Yeah, this is something that we think about a lot, and it takes 99 hours to become a real estate agent, which sounds like a lot at first, but really it's, a couple weeks worth of your time, of a working time. And the most important thing I think people need to understand about that is when you get your real estate license, you are fully allowed to help someone transact in real estate. However, your knowledge gap is actually still quite large. It takes 99 hours to get your license. It probably takes thousands of hours to really become an expert in this field.
Sure.
And that's why we think that it's just so important that a brokerage comes in and plugs in that gap, because you won't come out of a real estate school knowing how to handle this transaction situation or how to best negotiate for a price when you're trying to work with this type of client or that type of client.
Yeah, I think with any job, a lot of us, it takes, I think I've heard somewhere about 2 years to truly feel like not only do you know what you're doing, but like you know what you're doing independently of guidance. And that tracks in my experience, and I would imagine that real estate, while it's no exception, you guys really do have the resources to provide somebody new with everything that they need to know. And that's advantageous not just to a new agent, but to clients too.
Yeah, absolutely. And especially in today's market. Things are moving fast, and we're just in kind of a different market than what we've been used to here in Delmarva for a long time.
Yeah, and I think when you think about any profession, whether you're becoming a doctor or an attorney, you have years of school leading up to that point, and still you're not an expert when you graduate. And so the barrier to entry for pros and cons really around this is pretty low in real estate. So 99 hours is pretty quick. And so when you get out, there's just still so much to learn. And I think even more so than time in the industry, it's the number of transactions that you complete is just as important. And I always tell new agents that really until you get to the point where you've had about 100 transactions under your belt, you're still learning a tremendous amount through each and every one. And we continue to learn things today, but that seems to be kind of the threshold where it begins clicking and things slow down for you a little bit.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that makes total sense. And again, you guys aren't letting anybody fail. You have a safety net built in. But I think one of those factors too that it makes it difficult to learn step by step is that the market is always changing. So what are we kind of looking at currently?
Absolutely.
Yeah, for years we've been hearing that inventory is a big problem and we just don't have enough homes for sale. And while we still could use some more inventory, it's actually been rising for about 27 consecutive months now. And so I would argue that inventory is no longer the problem. Affordability continues to be the biggest problem that I see.
Sure.
And what we have is we have sellers that still have expectations around pricing in 2022, and we have buyers that are now looking at interest rates that are north of 6%, and they're just really struggling to meet in the middle. And so I think it's about expectation setting for both sellers and buyers to get everybody on the same page in this current market dynamic.
Yeah, and that is sort of where an experienced agent comes in and can help set those more realistic expectations.
Absolutely. And so that's why in our brokerage, every single week we have training. And we're not training on, what you learn in the real estate course, which is really just the laws and how not to get in trouble, which is very important.
You need to know those too.
You don't want to break the law. But it's not really about like the art of negotiating a deal or how to really price a home properly in today's market. And so those are the things that we're training our agents on every single week. Also pairing new agents with mentors. We have just a really robust team in our office of sales manager, broker, mentor, and just making sure that every single person feels confident that when they go out, they're providing the best possible service to a client.
Yeah, at the end of the day, you guys are helping people make one of the, if not the biggest purchase in their life, and they should have all of the information they need at their disposal, all of the guidance at their disposal, and have an ace team behind you. It makes you feel a lot better when it comes to selling your home or buying a home.
Especially in today's market, when affordability is the concern, there's really just not room for mistakes. You need an agent that's going to make sure that they negotiate properly, that they've thought of all the best financing terms, maybe other resources that might be available to clients, and so it's more important than ever, and we want to make sure that all of our agents feel confident.
Yeah, so if somebody is hearing this and they're thinking real estate sounds like the right fit for them, they want to help people, and they're ready to take those couple of steps, what sort of resources do you have for folks that are ready to start that journey?
Yeah, I mean, the best place would just be to reach out to us. The hello@theparkergroup.com is a great email to hit. You can call us at 302-217-6692 or stop by our office in Georgetown. We're always there and happy to help.
Yeah, and we always encourage people that are thinking about getting into the industry to shadow some real estate agents, to attend some of our trainings. And it's always an open door policy if anyone ever wants to do that, so they can see kind of what it looks like behind the scenes a little bit before they jump in.
Yes, I think that's a great opportunity as well that people should definitely take advantage of. You kind of get to try before you're like, okay, maybe this isn't for me. That's okay. No harm, no foul. But if you do, you get to see it, shadow it, and you're like, no, this is it. This is the right fit.
Yes.
Then there's no better group to kind of give you those wings than our friends here at the Parker Group. Well, thank you guys for being here today, and thank you for what you do for the community.
Thank you.
Of course. We got more Coast Life coming at you, though, that you don't want to miss.